Hello, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. I am here with Robin, Shimizu, and friends because it's that time of the week. And you know, Robin always comes in to talk to us about our happy, healthy habits. So we are so excited, Robin, that you are here with us today. And I also want to say that if you are looking for a way to purify your air, sanitize your space, you want to get in touch with Robin. She has a wonderful product that will help you do that. In addition to that, we just love Robin. And so we're going to turn it over to you, Robin, so that you can tell us if you have a healthy tip for us today and who our guest is today.
Good morning, Terry. Thank you for that great introduction. I don't have a happy, healthy habit today other than for people to stop and think about how they're going to take care of themselves this summer. And one of the ways that I took care of myself this summer so far is I took a week off last week and went to Mexico and did it safely. I wore my little air purifier on the plane and in the airports. But I think what I'm really looking forward to is today's show, and hopefully Jill will give me some tips on how to get back into the swing of things for vacation.
That sounds like a plan.
We have with us today Jill Weston, who is actually my yoga nidra instructor. She is the owner of the Breathing Space. It's a yoga and meditation studio in Elk Grove, California. And she's been doing a lot of online classes for yoga and yoga nidra and breathing and meditation. And I really love the stuff that she's doing online. So with that, let's bring Jill in and have her help us this morning with mindfulness and care of ourselves and hopefully getting back into the swing of things after vacation, Jill.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jill. We're going to put you in the speaker spot right here. There you go. And we're going to go to the side and let you have the stage. There you are.
All right. Good morning, everybody live and on the replay. It's good to be back. And welcome back from vacation, Robin. There's a great quote that I like that says something like, create a life that you don't need a vacation from. And then I always say to people when they come back from vacation, like, keep that vacation face on, keep that vacation mode in your brain. And ideally, that's a little bit about what mindfulness is. So I'm going to share for about 15 minutes. There won't be any guided meditation today. I know some people may be looking forward to that, but we'll talk about where you can find that. So mindfulness is we're going to talk about the myths of mindfulness because some people don't have the information. Some people maybe have had a bad experience, or other people are thinking it's all kinds of things and they won't access this. So right now, I think mindfulness is a very, very good tool in your toolbox, personally and professionally. Mindfulness is being aware of your thoughts and your feelings on purpose. Simple. So some people say, well, mindfulness means I have to go on a retreat. It means I have to light a candle. It means I have to burn incense. It means I have to sit still for 20 minutes. It means I have to, pay somebody to teach me how to chant and meditate. So mindfulness is not meditation. Mindfulness is being aware of thoughts and feelings on purpose. Noticing what you are doing, noticing how you're feeling without judgment or any struggle. Also acknowledging your feelings and your thoughts without reacting. So right now, let's say that my doorbell rings, although I unplugged it, say that my doorbell rings or the landscaper comes or I get interrupted in some way. It doesn't mean I'm not going to react or that's not going to bother me, but I'm going to pay. It's like having, I was working with kids this week, so it's like having superhero ears, superhero eyes and going, what is going on with me right now? So instead of yelling at people, quiet down in the house, stop ringing the doorbell. Why are people bothering me? I'm going to say, what's going on right now? The doorbell's ringing. Do I need to attend to that? So I'm noticing, like, is my heart beating faster? Am I talking faster? What's going on in my body? And can I go, oh, okay, right now I'm a little bit stressed. Right now I'm a little flustered, period. And then just stop for a moment. Not, oh my gosh, on my ear, oh, this isn't working. Stop. What is going on right now? What am I thinking? Oh, this always happens when I go live. This always happens when a customer calls. I never get my Amazon orders out in time. So when you're in that flustered state, can you pause, notice your thoughts and your feelings without any old stories, and then move through that? So I have a great example. I was working at a school. It's a wonderful school in Sacramento that opted to put on a summer school program for kids coming back to school to get them adjusted. And they straight out hired me to do mindfulness. So I said, can I actually call it mindfulness? They said, our week is called Mind, Body, Brain. Please come in and help the kids cope. So quick story. I went in and did 2 of 3 sessions, and I asked for feedback from the kids, and they're kindergarten to 5th grade. So one girl raised her hand. I said, have you practiced any of this? And she said, yeah. She said, my little dog fell in some water. Well, kids being kids, some of the times when I ask questions, they're like, Miss Jill, I have an answer. And I'll say, okay. They're like, I went to the lake yesterday, or I'm happy today. And I'll say, okay, and it doesn't pertain to the content, but they want to share. So when this little girl said, my little dog fell in the water, I just said, okay, keep talking. She said, I got really, really scared. But before I jumped in the water, I did what you told us. I took an inhale and exhale, and I focused. And then I realized I didn't need to jump in the water after my dog. My dog was going to be okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, I didn't even ask her if she knew how to swim or not, but that is mindfulness. So yes, she did not need to meditate. She didn't need to do a yoga pose. She wasn't burning incense. She simply realized, right now I am really, really afraid because I think my dog is in danger. And then she stopped and she breathed, which slows down the nervous system. She could better assess what's going on. So mindfulness, again, I'll say it a different way, paying attention to sounds, to people, to smells, everything that's around you before you startle, before you react, to lessen your reaction. So mindfulness can mean that you're less reactive, which is really good for your nervous system.
Okay.
You have less overwhelm. Because if I'm thinking the doorbell's ringing, what's going on? My computer went down. I can't get my orders out. I can't be, that is way, 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 way too much for your brain to process. You're going to alert your system and go into what we call fight or flight. And when you're in that mode, you cannot be creative. You can't do your accounting for your business. You can't communicate well with your employees. So mindfulness, paying attention, thoughts and feelings on purpose. You're going to have better clarity, better brain health. And it's not just being, it's good to be nice and kind and compassionate or peaceful when you can, but this is specifically being aware. So I'm going to go through a couple of the myths, and then we'll leave time for questions. So one myth is, it's airy-fairy, it's new age stuff, it's hippie kind of stuff. And I know that Robin loves science. And so I'm not going to put the links to the science up to the research studies, but I know Robin may want that later. So for example, I just pulled out some different quick references. All the way back in 1982, which is, help me with the math, is that 20 or 30 years ago? Anyway, in 1982, since 1982, 25,000 people have been studied about mindfulness through a program. In 2003, a study was done and an actual change in the brain and a change in immune function was noticed. Now, that was a small group of only 25 people versus 25,000. In 2015, There were 324 patients that went through a 12-week program that were studied. In 2017, this was an interesting study. It was people ages 55 to 75.
Mm-hmm.
And after an 8-week program, they had a higher performance rate on specific tasks. And then I'm currently, myself and another client of mine, we're going through, I think we're on year 2 of a mindfulness study through UC Davis. So again, it's not just airy-fairy stuff, new age. Some of the science research is a little bit tough because mindfulness is a little bit hard to capture, but just for listeners know, again, this is not airy-fairy. Second one is people say, great, I'm going to do mindfulness because then I can just forget about or erase my problems and life is perfect. If anybody is selling you that or promising you that, run as fast as you can and call me instead. Because I don't promise to cure people. I don't promise to fix people. Number one, you don't need fixing. Mindfulness is the very opposite of that. You actually pay more attention on purpose to what is going on. And then you also have better skills to respond. So think of the little girl who the dog is in the water. She's not going to go, oh, I'm going to chant, I'm going to breathe, I'm going to count to 10 and just walk away and let my puppy drown. She stood there, realized she was upset, assessed the problem, and figured out what to do. So mindfulness does not mean forgetting about your problems. It doesn't mean that life is easy. It doesn't negate your trauma. It gives you a lens, or like if you put on glasses, it gives you a way to look at what's going on. Third one, and we're going to have a total of 4. The third one is it's against my religion. My spiritual practices don't allow for that. It makes me scared. Doesn't mean that I have to give up my practices. Again, it's actually the opposite. If you practice the right things with the right people, it can strengthen your connection with yourself and then therefore strengthen your connection with your spiritual and your religious practices. It's really more of a daily lifestyle than a belief. Mm-hmm. So to do mindfulness, you don't need to pray to anyone or give reverence to anyone or even have pictures and I'm not negating any of that. It's simply paying attention, being aware of your thoughts and feelings. You don't have to chant. There's not gods or goddesses. Again, in some meditation practices or yoga that can happen, but we're talking about mindfulness. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then the last myth that I'm going to cover, there's lots of them. Sometimes people say, oh, that's just for women. Men do really great with mindfulness. There were 3 young boys in the classroom that were just amazing with their recall. Sometimes people say it's not for me because of my culture, because of my ethnicity, my race. I'm too old. I'm too young. The one that I really want people to hear is, well, I don't need it right now because, life's generally okay. I'm going to wait till I'm sick. I'm going to wait until I'm stressed. I think I might have cancer. I think I might have some disease. I'm going to wait for that diagnosis. So think again about mindfulness. It's a lifestyle. It's something you can do every single day, and you're gonna be better off if you're paying attention to your nervous system and not letting your nervous system go out of control. It's things like, so I had an injury to both of my shoulders, and it just came on. So I didn't get rid of the injury overnight because of mindfulness, but I had to move more carefully. I had to not get frustrated. I couldn't lift my arms up over my head. I had trouble driving. Like it was a lot. I just had to keep paying attention to, I'm really frustrated right now. I feel really limited right now. I have to ask for help. Mm-hmm. But they also said that my shoulders would last this way potentially 4 to 6 months. And I'm moving my shoulders. Now, yes, I had help, but it was an everyday practice when I would realize my limitations to go, you know what, right now I'm feeling really frustrated. So it's eating. How many of you eat? Do you even want what you're eating? You reach for coffee, you reach for water, you reach for certain food. Is that what you're really wanting? Waiting in a store in line. So right now for all of us, no matter where you are in the country, masks on, masks off, vaccination, going back to normal, there's longer lines, there's more people. What are you doing in your body? What are you doing in your thoughts standing in that line at a store? We're still on Zoom. We're still going live. So again, mindfully noticing, what are your thoughts and feelings as you turn on the Zoom? Washing dishes, driving, all of it. So I shared all of the last points to say it's, very much a lifestyle, not a belief. And I'm going to say, I believe mindfulness is for you. And if you think that's not true, just try it out.
Well, Maureen says, thank you for the information. She says it's so true. And I'm going to put some information up. Did you want us to share the poem now?
Yeah,
or
you
later?
can. Yeah, you can share the poem or the quotes.
Okay.
I think it's just very fitting.
Okay. There you are. The goal isn't to get rid of all your negative thoughts and feelings. That's impossible. The goal is to change your response to them.
Yeah, that's a quote by it's Mark and Angel that I follow on social media. So yeah, mindfulness again is the noticing. It's not the fixing or getting rid of anything. And Maureen, thank you for your comment, because I know Maureen is mindful. It's part of her daily lifestyle, her movement, her food choices, how she responds to people. So
yes,
that's what I have for you today.
Thank you so much. Let me bring Robin back up here. Robin, I think you're muted. Are you muted?
Okay. So I think volume's down a little bit.
Yeah, turn your volume up, hon. We can't hear you.
Is that better?
There. Okay. We still have no volume. I don't know why.
I could hear Robin a little bit through her headphone, just a little through her headphones.
All right, you guys.
There she is.
There you are.
I just wanted to say that, I've been following Jill now for a couple of years, and 2020 was a really tough year for everybody, right? But one of the things that I'm dealing with now is my mother, and I'm going to be moving in with my mom shortly. And I use mindfulness a lot with my mom because I have learned to let things go. And what Jill has taught me is to, when I'm in a situation where I'm not happy or I'm a little stressed out or whatever, I stop and I visualize, and I just kind of, there's a river thing that we do where, it's like debris in the river, and you just kind of watch it float away. You see it, you acknowledge it, you know it's there, but then you don't hang on to it, and you kind of just let it go. And for me, that's my practice of sort of being mindful, just slowing down and paying attention. For me, mindfulness is for me to just pay attention to what I'm doing. And it's really helped me, I think, with my relationships, like especially with like my mother, and not to let things that she says or does upset me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been really, really helpful. So I really like that, the daily lifestyle aspect of Jill's presentation today, because it is something you just kind of have to keep in the back of your mind all the time, just practicing. For me, it's slowing down.
Yes. Yeah, wow. And coming back from those emotions. So again, to be frustrated, again, with my shoulders, I was frustrated working at the school this week. There were kids in tears. There were kids, ready to fight. All of that is okay as long as you're not putting your hands on people and hurting yourself. But it's the coming back from that. So there's a lot right now that is tragic, that is frustrating, that is scary, that is also celebratory. And in mindfulness, you're simply noticing, how do I want to respond? So the debris or the trash going down the river, do I need to get closer to look at the trash, or do I need to stay on the bank of the river? Can I go get some equipment to get the trash out of the river? Or do I have a life jacket on and I can swim, so I'll jump in and get the debris? Or, you know what, I don't need that trash, I'm just going to let it go. So it really, really, really helps your decision making. And if your nervous system is alerted, you cannot make good decisions.
All right. Well, I am just really excited to know that this is even a possibility. You know what I'm saying? And I like the fact that we were able to debunk some myths today. I do find it a mindfulness to be compatible with my faith, because my faith has cast all my cares. And there are just things where I need to slow down and let God be God all by himself. Okay. So I want to share with you guys how to connect with Jill. We have put these links for her website in the chat. Also, I want you to know that you can find her on Insight Timer, sorry. And you will be able to do some practices with her over there if you so choose. And also, tell us how you're connecting with us now that things are opening up, Jill.
Sure. So I sold my studio during COVID and I'm looking for space now, but I'm doing a lot of outside events. So it's easiest if you follow either on Facebook or Instagram. And then my website has all the schedules. I'll be doing a sunset meditation out at a local farm where we grow flowers. So you can stand among, I think the sunflowers are about 10 feet high right now. So if you live locally, that will be in July, and we'll be advertising that soon. Last night I was at the Oak Park Farmers Market doing an outside meditation. And then I also have people that are starting to schedule me if you want me to come to your home, either inside or outside, if that's comfortable. So starting to do a lot of things around town, and I'm still doing Zoom sessions for people that I've connected with throughout the country and internationally also.
Fantastic. So we can find out about those Zoom sessions over on your website over on Our Breathing Space. Is that correct? Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that we get that information in. Robin, back to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jill. That was just really, really helpful. And it was helpful for me today. I have a lot going on today. So it's going to really help me. Next week, I want to let us know that we have, I don't know who we have next week.
We have a surprise guest next week.
We do, because as I thought I had it all. No, you know what? I have one spot open July 1st. I'm going to have to get that filled. So I don't know who's going to be with us next week, but it's already going to be July. I can't believe it. But
it is moving, isn't it?
Yes. It's crazy. It's just the summer's almost halfway over already.
I find that just phenomenal. I think we've been sheltered so long, we don't know what season it is anymore. But I just want to thank you both. I really enjoyed the conversation today. I want everybody to know that tomorrow we'll be here with Biz Chicks talking tech in English. So don't be scared. Come on over. Find out some tips and tools on how to do business better, and find out what's going on in the world of social media. Also, I want you to know that if you're looking for coaching on how to, or training on how to live stream or run your podcast, you can contact Biz Chicks. Or if you want to join our community, I'm looking for it right now. To join Biz Chicks, you can simply text Biz to 33777. And also, once you do that, we will send you a copy of the Biz Chicks standard operating procedures for how to do business better. With that, we want to remind you to go to the front of your own line, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.